Hello, this is Dan Farisi, Group Editor, Commercial and Security with Emerald. So happy to be joined today by Doug Greenwald, who is CEO and founder of ProjX360. Topic of conversation is, of course, business resources and software tools, aligning with our business resources deep dive, which will be in our November-December issue of CI plus SSI, and of course, all over both CI and SSI throughout the month of December. ProjX360 is, of course, a supporter of that deep dive, a sponsor of that deep dive, and we wanted to take an opportunity to chat with Doug and really share some thought leadership from ProjX360's perspective. So thank you so much, Doug, for being here. Really appreciate
Thank
the
you for
interview
having me.
opportunity.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Our pleasure. So let's get right into it because there's a lot to discuss and a short time to discuss it in. I think we will all agree software is not particularly effective unless it's kind of integrated into established business processes. So can you tell me a little bit about how Projects 360 software is really built upon and facilitates common workflows that are specific to the AV industry?
So we are AV industry specific. We do not go after any other verticals. I've been in this industry for 30 years myself and still own an integration company based in Scottsdale, Arizona and Kona, Hawaii myself. So how Projects 360 focuses on that is a few different ways. So we tailor the whole software workflow around the typical workflow of integration project. So you can create custom checklists in our system for different types of processes you might have in your organization. For example, you could have like a pre-wire checklist, a trim checklist, a final QC checklist. And you can choose from your checklist which projects they get associated to. And you can associate as many checklists to a project as you'd like. Also, from our scheduling point of view, you can schedule by project and create work orders and service work orders by project. Our inventory management system is geared specifically to this industry. So this industry doesn't typically just order stock to sell. I mean, don't get me wrong, some companies do have a retail facility and they do that, which we can manage that. But more specifically, our industry orders product for specific projects. So we allow our clients to allocate product to specific projects. And we have this special page called the products request page that is an easy snapshot by project to see what product is needed and what's already been allocated.
Really seems like is that Projects 360 really specializes in that kind of process-oriented features, process-oriented tools, whether it's categorizing time between billable and non-billable, whether it's those cloud accessible work orders, those checklists. It seems like it's something that really is going to empower integration businesses to be more profitable, more efficient, and more successful.
Very much so. And the big thing in our industry that we kind of know what we're making on the product side of things is really the labor and billing and bidding the labor properly and making sure that we're staying within those budgets for that project. Which again, from our projects details page, which is basically the dashboard for a project, you can have an easy snapshot to see where you are on labor versus what was bid versus actual.
So one other thing that Projects 360 is known for is a very highly consultative onboarding process. Can you share a bit about that personalized onboarding, those sessions you have with client teams? I assume they're pretty useful in helping you understand their company processes and how you can guide them in deploying your tools more effectively.
Yeah, very much so. So onboarding is very, very important when it comes to software. So many software companies just kind of throw everybody to the wolves. You sign up for their product and they're just kind of leave you hanging to try to figure it out. And maybe they'll let you access email support or something like that. We don't do that. So, because it's a team effort on this. So our onboarding process consists of one-on-one screen shares, like we're kind of doing video screen shares with my onboarding director, Ryan Thompson, who is from the industry. Actually, he was a project manager for 12 years. And he used to teach project management courses at CEDIA, which is the residential version of Infocom.
Sure.
And so we take our new clients, walk them through the settings to workflows, best practices. Like you mentioned, we get to know their business and understand their business and their workflows. and adjust the compromise, because there is going to be a compromise between both, because unless you're building a custom software for your company, there is going to be some give and take, and might be some changes on your end, on your processes to adapt to the software, and vice versa, just to understand how it works. So it is very in depth. Those meetings are, we have a structure of it, but it is kind of unlimited. I mean, we want to make sure that you really are comfortable with the software and understand it, so it's a win situation on both sides.
Well, you're investing in the outcome. It's not simply about getting a client on board. It's about really making sure that they have an outcome that's going to be successful for them and that reflects well on you and the alliance.
Correct. Very much so. It's a team effort. This is a team project. And bringing on a software for your business is a big commitment. It's a big transformation that you're going to make to your organization, and it takes time. And again, that's why we are here to help and support you during the process.
For those whose interest is now peaked in Projects 360, what's the best way they can connect with you, connect with the company, learn more, and see how perhaps they could leverage Projects 360 themselves?
So we have a really in-depth website that has, videos and, a lot of information about it, which is projects, ProjX360.com. Or if you would like to schedule a one-on-one demo and Q&A of the software with myself, just email me at Doug, at projects, ProjX360.com. And we can schedule that, and set up a meeting with you and your team and myself, and go through a whole workflow of how the software works and answer any questions after that.
Thank you so much, Doug, for joining me. Really informative conversation, and I really appreciate the time investment to share with our audience all the details about Projects 360.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure to have been joined by Doug Greenwald, who is CEO and founder of Projects 360. My name is Dan Farisi, Group Editor, Commercial and Security with Emerald. As I said at the outset, please do keep an eye out for the Business Resources Deep Dive that is going to be on our website throughout the month of December. And of course, in the November and December issue of CI plus SSI, it'll be packed with content about business resources and software tools, just like those from Projects 360. We look forward to seeing you online soon, and thank you once again for tuning in.